So this producer is exposing DJ Khaled as well as RZA and some other celebrities in the hip hop space. I know producers were upset with DJ Khaled when he said this about FL Studio.
They made Fruity Loops. It's called Too Easy. Them sounds is garbage. They're fake.
I know producers were not happy about RZA's Guitar Center beat making video, which I have not watched, and there's a reason for that. RZA is one of my favorite producers, if not my biggest influence, so I'm just choosing not to care about that. However, that's not why this producer is exposing them, and it turns out this producer has written fraudulent exposés on celebrities before. He tried to break up Jay-Z's marriage once, and I guess he actually kind of made an impact on it. This is a weird story. This is one of the weirdest videos I've made, and it really upset Dame because Dame was not happy about this topic on the podcast. So as dumb as this is, at the very least you get to see Dame getting annoyed with me. Let's do it. Oh boy, welcome to TMZ. So this is some bullshit. We don't even need to see the video. It says DJ Khaled exposed by former producer.
You see, that I was also, a publicist for DJ Khaled.
So there's this producer / publicist named Jonathan Hay, who is accusing DJ Khaled, RZA, and a couple other people of Sway Calloway of all being gay. Which is like, it's an accusation. Who gives a fuck? But, obviously people believe it. The only reason why I believe him is simply because of all the rappers in the game. He mentions RZA and Sway. That's random. It's not random. And I found some interesting information about this. I think that was your initial reaction to this too, Aaron. I don't want to make this gossipy. I just think it's stupid to gossip about people's sexuality. But this is kind of the Diddy effect. Like I said before, everyone's so focused on who's gay.
That's suddenly a crazy phrase, Pate. The Diddy effect. That's wild.
But it's not what people would think. I would think it'd be like people getting more hyper vigilant about abuse in the industry, or people who might be committing sexual assault or that kind of thing. But no, it's just about who's gay and who's not. So it's like we're back in the 1920s. But Jonathan Hay was in fact a publicist, and he's a producer as well. So in the past, and I'm not saying he's lying about this Khaled thing, I don't care. I don't care who's gay. But in the past, he created a rumor about Rihanna and Jay-Z having an affair while Jay-Z was married to Beyonce. So this is from the New York Daily News. It says, and I found this on multiple media sources, publicist owns up to Rihanna and Jay-Z's cheating rumor that reportedly drove Beyonce away from rapper. Here it is. And guess who it is? It's Jonathan Hay. He said, I apologize to her. This whole thing is very awkward. Hay, who said he apologized earlier to Jay-Z, has branched out from being a publicist to producing his own music. So this is when he transitioned into being a publicist, or being a producer. So he's been making beats, producing songs since then. And
that's a wild arc as well. Hey, publicity didn't work out for me. I would just become a producer.
Right. Yeah. And so in addition to that, there's an allhiphop.com interview with him where he explains that he was mad at Jay-Z for other separate things. So he decided to use his resources as a publicist to spread this rumor. That's what he said, his own words. So is that what's happening again with this Khaled thing? And what's interesting is
he was mad at Jay-Z for other things, as in he worked with him previously, or is this parasocial before we were calling it parasocial? Like mad at Jay-Z?
Are we gonna get to the learning? I'm still trying. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, why?
My bad. I'm just confused. My bad. You right.
Wait a minute. We wanted the views and the clicks, didn't we? So now we're dipping our toes in the TMZ pool. First of all, Dame, can we just appreciate this MySpace era animated GIF for a second, please? Do you remember this guy, Michael Smith?
No.
We covered, I think more than once, his story about streaming fraud, where he made $10 million off of Spotify with AI generated music.
Okay.
And so he got in trouble for that. This guy here to the right, This is the publicist that lied about Jay-Z. So
Bring us home, Payne. Bring us home. Bring us home.
Jonathan Hay, right?
Okay.
He went to the police, to the FBI to tell on Michael Smith when he found out about the allegations with scamming the streaming platform, which is like, why would you snitch on somebody for that? Who cares? But in addition to that, guess who Michael Smith works with heavily? RZA. So there are some interesting connections there. I know, Dame. This is what I did last night. And on top of that, what I want to say is this goes back to our conversation earlier about the producer DAW raps, where if people were better at getting and synthesizing information, none of this would happen. So all this stuff is going viral. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot more of it. Especially with AI, with all the, again, goes back to the Diddy effect. People are using AI to create fake TMZ watermarks, and everyone's believing everything. As a whole, it takes very little research to find interesting connections that at very least make you skeptical of a news article, of a person's claims, of a potential scam's claims. And we can do that research ourselves. I wouldn't even consider this research. I used to do real ass research. This is just Googling stuff and saying, oh, wow, look, they're connected. I wonder if this could be a part of their patterns of behavior, right? So it's very easy to do this. The unfortunate thing, and we covered this last week too, is that with the internet now monetizing attention and engagement, we're going to see a lot more of these stories as well because they make money. My question to you two is why, given how litigious everybody is, why is this shit flying and no one's getting sued?
I feel like it's like it doesn't matter because it's so small. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in a world so massive, like I have a couple of cases that I could have filed back in like 22 and 23 for like libel and a couple other things. It wasn't even worth it to me because like I was already retaining my lawyer. Like you have a lawyer and retainer, but then you start using that retainer and you got to spend the money to like, and this was just to go through the lawsuit. I'm like, I'm not about to be running through my retainer every month to go after people who are saying false things about me. And I am nobody comparatively. So I feel like Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these other people, it's like, what is the point of me going after these people unless it's persistent? And most people can't keep it up for more than 5 or 6 months. So I think if it were to blow into a big, huge thing and really have ramifications on their life, maybe. But I feel like if you just ignore people, they go away.
Yeah. Aaron and I had no idea about this story. This was in your pocket of the internet.
No clue.
Wait, you didn't know about the Rihanna rumors way back?
Yes, I knew about Rihanna and Jay-Z rumors. That's been something since the beginning of time. To me, it's audacious for him to even claim that it was him who started the rumor. That almost feels like he was trying to like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest, black women on Twitter started that rumor and they got it for Rita Ora. They got it for, there's any woman that was ever signed to Roc Nation. I feel like they were like, she was sleeping with Jay-Z. So I don't know. That's the only story that I've heard, but also it's like.
At that level, you wouldn't have time to do anything else if you were just fighting, cases like that. So unless it does impact the business in a major way, you're just going to ignore it because like, I doubt this even got back to Sway. Like, I didn't see this. Like, I don't.
No, you know why it may have, and this is the other connection, and I'm actually tangentially connected to this. SMH Records and the One Shot Show. Sway was involved in that, RZA was involved in that, and these two dudes, Michael Smith and Jonathan Hay, were involved in it. There were a lot more people who were involved in that too. Some artists I work with were mixed up with SMH Records as well. So there are all types of connections. It feels like there's a good chance that this could just be more retaliation. But I don't know. Cardi B recently sued a YouTuber, and I feel like that was a defamation suit. She only was awarded $1.2 million, which is nothing to Cardi B. But was that something that she just wanted to prove a point with, or What? Because, you would think Rock Nation, if they can do all this prison reform with Meek Mill and stuff, they could probably sue somebody pretty easily, or at very least threaten them into shutting up. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the time, you're gonna do it. Like, I'm sure 50 goes after certain people. I think like, if it annoys them enough and they believe that you're doing it maliciously and it's wrong, then people will go after you. I still don't know why we're talking about this. I still don't. What did we learn, Payne? What do people watching this say? Hey, like, I'm glad I listened to the MEC talk about this, because now I blank.
I have higher media literacy. I feel like you were ordering brunch while I was giving my whole speech about that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is going to be groundbreaking information, but it's more confirmation that you really should vet what you read on the internet, especially now with the monetization of controversy and the manufacture of controversy and the ability to pretty much flawlessly execute misinformation campaigns with the way you can create backlinking on the internet, with the way that you can create AI generated news stories and fake screenshots. I've been seeing those forever, but now they're actually convincing. So yeah, I think things are about to get weird. And if we want to keep our sanity and if we want to avoid falling into certain traps, then we're going to have to become hyper literate when it comes to the emerging forms of media moving forward.
Things have been weird already, and people don't know they don't know the difference between opinions and fact. People have known things for a long time with very little information. Like, they know that somebody's gay, or like, I figured they were gay because I never heard that before. So that makes a lot of like that doesn't make any sense. Like, I've never heard that before. That was the first time I heard that DJ Khaled is gay. So that's why it made sense to me. Like, what kind of logic is that? It makes no sense. You're an idiot.
I mean, but then these are the people that might spend that $1,500 when a famous artist reaches out to them on an alternative Instagram account and says, please cash at me $1,500. I'll send you back.
We need to start a Patreon for all the suckers and just be like, if you're thinking about wiring your producer $1,500, just send it to us. We'll get you straight. You know what I'm saying? Because if there's that many people spending $1,500 consistently on scams, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Somebody's keeping this alive, though.
Victims are keeping it alive. If there were no victims, then this wouldn't even be a thing.